Hi, good morning. Today we are entering into the actual syllabus of automobile engineering design of machine element subject. And now today topic is bolts, nuts and screws. Now here in this case subtopics are what are the types of fastenings and types of bolts, nomenclature of thread and forms of threads. So friends, see here bolts, nuts and screws. In this types, nomenclature of thread and forms of threads. And for this topic, objectives today are the nomenclature of screw threads, types of screw threads, advantages, disadvantages, and also purposes, different forms of screw threads, their applications. Now let us see. Screw fasteners are one of the joining techniques. Here fastenings. First of all, let us see basics of fastenings. Fastening, joining of two parts together is called fastening. Joining of two parts together either permanently or temporarily is called fastening. And the fastener is a device or element which is used to join two parts together either permanently or temporarily. That is fastener. Fastener means once again device or an element used to join two parts together either permanently or temporarily. This is called fastener. And what are the types of fastenings or the fasteners? There are two types of fastenings are there. Number one is temporary fastenings. Number two is permanent fastenings. Temporary fastenings. As I told you, parts assembled together can be dismantled or reassembled without damaging the fastener. The temporary fastenings are parts assembled together can be dismantled and reassembled without damaging the fastener. These are called temporary fastenings. That means we are not going to damage. If you want to separate the two parts which are joined, is need not to be damaged. That means fastener, there is no need of damaging the fastener. So here in this case, the examples are screwed fastening. That means as we are discussing the screwed fastenings today, the screwed fastenings are the temporary fastenings. That means here we can separate the joint and we can separate the assembled parts easily, and also we can assemble at the will of the operator. So screw fastenings are the temporary fastenings, and the keys and couplings also. Keys and couplings are also temporary fastenings, and the cotter and pin joints also temporary fastenings. Cotter and pin joints, these are the some examples of temporary fastenings. And now permanent fastenings. Permanent fastenings are permanent fasteners, whatever it is. So here one which cannot be dismantled without damaging the fastener. That means we have to damage or spoil the joint or the fastener. Then only we can separate, but we can't able to once again reassemble. Here, one which can't be dismantled without damaging the fastener. This is called permanent fastening or fastener. Examples are welded and riveted joints. The best examples here are the welded and riveted joints. Once the two parts are joined by using welding, cannot be separated by without damaging the joint. Similarly, riveted joints also. We have to damage the rivets to separate or dismantle the joints. So these are the two types of fastening. That is, temporary fastenings are which can be dismantled and assembled at the will of the operator, and permanent joints are which cannot be dismantled without damaging the fastener. So let us today we are going to discuss about temporary fastenings. In the temporary fastenings we are discussing about screwed fastenings. Okay, so these are different types of varieties of bolts. So you can see many varieties are there here. So this is one type of bolt, and this is one type of bolt, and this is another type of bolt, and this is one type of bolt, and you can see here are the many types are there. Many types are there. Okay, so screwed fastenings. What are the applications of screwed fastenings? Let us say applications. Machine parts. That means the machine parts can be joined by using screwed fasteners. Here you can see the connecting rod. We have used screw fasteners or bolts for joining of these two parts, this one and this one. So machine parts, or in case of machine parts we are going to use screw fasteners, and structures also, and building structures may be there, or any bridge structures are there, whatever are there we can use in case of structures also. And engineering applications, and that means engineering products also we are going to connect by, that means join by using screw fasteners. And now the screw fasteners, here in this case screw thread. So this is the screw thread, from here to here it is the thread. In a is an operating element of temporary fastening. In temporary fastening, the parts are joined together temporarily and can be separated easily without breaking the fastening. As already I told you in introduction itself. Now let us see a screwed joint mainly composed of two elements. A screwed joint mainly composed of two elements. They are bolts. This is the bolts, hexagonal headed bolts, and this is the hexagonal nut. And the bolt consists of external threads and nut consists of internal threads. Sometimes along with these, we are going to use washers also, right? So mainly the two elements are there, bolts and nut. Sometimes we may also use washer. Definition for screw thread. Definition for screw thread. Let us see what is meant by screw thread. Helical groove formed around cylindrical surface. Helical groove formed. That means on the cylindrical surface, we are going to produce one helical groove. So screw thread can be defined as an helical groove formed around cylindrical surface. So let us see screw. What is meant by screw? Now just we have discussed. I have only screw thread definition. Now screw definition. If helical groove is formed on an external cylindrical surface, then it is called screw. If the helical groove is formed on an external cylindrical surface, then it is called screw. And similarly, nut, if the helical groove is formed on internal cylindrical surface, if the screw is external cylindrical surface, the helical groove is formed on a external cylindrical surface, whereas in the case of nut, the helical groove is formed on an internal surface. That means just like what nut, you can see. So now the screw thread, or the types of screw threads are single threads. That means single start. So here you can see it is the single start thread. That means only one helical groove is there. Only one helical groove is there. If you see, only one helical groove is there. Sorry, not above. This is the thing. Here in this it is wrong. So here is the single helical groove. Only one helical groove is there. This is single start thread or single threaded screw. And similarly, double-headed screw. So this is the double-headed screw. So two threads are simultaneously starting one by one. That means the two threads are there. So here one thread and this is another thread. So the motion, this double start thread is used to fast movement of the nut over the screw thread. That means bolts. And the next is right-handed thread. In case of right-handed thread, if you take the bolt is advanced into the nut, the bolt is advanced into the nut. When we turn in clockwise direction, when we turn clockwise direction, the bolt enters into the and passes into the nut. So right-hand thread is passes into the thread hole by clockwise turning. So left hand thread, next is left hand thread, and in this case if you turn anti-clockwise, if you turn the bolts in anti-clockwise direction, the bolt advances into the nut. So in this case the bolt passes into the threaded hole or the nut by anti-clockwise turning. So these are the four types. Single start thread, only one thread is there, and double started thread, two threads are there. Right hand thread, if you turn clockwise direction, the bolt passes into the hole. And similarly, left hand thread, if you turn anti-clockwise direction, the bolt passes into the hole, that is nut. What is the purpose of screw thread? What are the purpose of screw thread? Here you can see, number one, the screw threads are used to transmit the power or to convert motion. Number one is, that means we are going to use these screw threads to transmit power from one place to the another place, or to convert motion from one form of motion to the another form of motion. First purpose is to transmit the power and to convert the motion. And second one is to hold the parts together, as its definition itself says that a joining of two parts. Similarly here also, to hold the parts together in tight, right? This is the second purpose. And third one is to obtain controlled and accurate movements. To obtain controlled and accurate movement, as in case of machine tools and micrometers. If you take screw gauge, if you turn in this direction, the movement will be very accurate. Similarly, in case of lathe machine, the square thread is there, the lead screw is there, the carriage can move along the bed by the accurate movement of these screw threads. So these are the three purposes mainly. Number one is to transmit the power, to convert motion. Number two is to hold the parts together. And number three is to obtain controlled and accurate movement as in machine tools and micrometers. Advantages of screw thread. What are the advantages with the screw joints? So number one is highly reliable in operation. Number two is convenient to operate. Number three is wide range of applications. In many areas, we are going to use these screw joints. Similarly, relatively cheaper than the other techniques and more efficient. So these are the some advantages. Number one is highly reliable in operation. Number two is convenient to operate. Number three is wide range of applications. Number four is relatively cheaper. Number five is more efficient. Similarly, some disadvantages along with the advantages for everything, there are some disadvantages. So the disadvantages of screw joints are number one, stress concentration is severe in the threaded portions, which is very important factor under variable load conditions, just like in case of say IC engines. The cylinder cover is fixed to the cylinder by using these threaded joints, that means screw threads. In such cases, the loads are variable. In such cases, stress concentrations are more at the threaded portion. This is the one disadvantage. That means the threaded part may be failed due to stress concentrations at the threaded portion. Next is less efficient than riveting and welding. So these are the some disadvantages. Number one is stress concentration is severe in the threaded portions, which is very important factor under variable load conditions. Number two is less efficient than riveting and welding. Now let us go to the nomenclature of screw threads. Here you can see a form of screw thread, V-shaped screw thread. Here are the some definitions are number one, nominal diameter, which is also called major diameter, and minor diameter, also called core diameter or root diameter, and is the crest, root, pitch, depth of thread, and flank, angle of thread, slope, and pitch diameter. And another is lead definition, and another is effective diameter. These are the some definitions we need in case of nomenclature. Let us see each major diameter, minor diameter, pitch, lead, crest, root, depth of thread, flank, angle of thread, pitch diameter. Now let us see each definition. Major diameter, which is represented by small letter d, and it is the largest diameter of screw thread. That means this is the crest to crest diameter distance. It is the distance from crest to crest diameter, right? And it is represented by d. And the screw is specified by the major diameter. This is also called a nominal diameter. Major diameter or nominal diameter, and it is used to specify the screw thread, also known as gross or nominal diameter. And minor diameter, which is represented by DC, it is represented by and the smallest diameter of the screw thread. That means from this point, root point to from root point, it is the diameter. This is called the smallest diameter, and this is minor diameter, also known as core diameter, also known as root diameter, from because from root to root distance as it is, so known as root diameter. And the relation between the major diameter and minor diameter or core diameter, whatever it is, here is DC is equal to 0.84 into D. This is the relation between core diameter and nominal diameter, or major diameter and minor diameter. And the pitch. So pitch is the distance, axial distance along the axis. Axial distance from one point on one screw thread to the another point on another screw thread. That means, so one point on this thread to the another point on the consecutive thread. So maybe it may be crest to crest distance, or it may be root to root distance, or it may be any point on the thread. Any point on the thread. So from one point on this thread to another point on the next immediate thread. This is represented by small letter P. So the distance between a point on one thread to the corresponding point on next thread. So lead. Lead is the distance which a screw thread advances axially in one rotation of nut. By one rotation of nut, the distance advanced by the screw thread. Right? This is the lead. So generally for single start thread, lead is equal to pitch. For multi-start thread, lead is equal to n times of pitch. That means n is the number of starts, p is the pitch, and l is the lead. L is equal to n into d. Sorry, n into p. Now the crest, topmost point. This is the topmost surface of the screw thread. This is the crest. This is crest, and this is also crest. Crest. This is also crest, and this is crest. And the topmost point of the surface of the screw thread is called crest. And root, and the bottommost point. This is the root. This is the bottommost surface of the screw thread is called root. And depth of thread, it is the distance from crest to root perpendicular to the axis. It is the distance from crest to, so this is the distance. This is the crest and this is the root, and perpendicular to the normal to the axis. So perpendicular distance between crest to and root is called depth of thread. Next is flank, and this surface, that means inclined surface from crest to root, surface joining the crest and root is called flank. Angle of thread, the angle between two flanks, angle included by the flanks of the screw thread is called angle of thread. And pitch diameter, it is the effective diameter, it is the imaginary diameter. It is the effective diameter during bolt and nut assembly. And another is helix angle. It is the angle with the axis line perpendicular to the axis. Angle made by the screw thread. Helix angle is the angle made by the screw thread with the line normal to the perpendicular to the axis. So from here to here it is helix angle. Right? These are the some definitions. Number one is the major diameter. Number two is the minor diameter. Number three is the pitch. Number four is the crest, root, and then depth of thread, and pitch diameter, and also angle of thread, flank, etc. and helix. All these are the nomenclature of screw thread. Right? So please remember all these definitions. Now let us see the forms of screw thread. Forms of screw thread means the profile in which the threads are cut. Forms of screw threads means The means the profile in which the threads are cut. The selection of screw thread depends upon application. Various forms of screw threads are: number one, British Standard Whitworth threads, that is called BSW. British Association threads, that means BA thread. American National Standard thread, Unified Standard thread, Acme thread, square thread, buttress thread, knuckle thread, metric thread. So let us see British Standard Whitworth thread, BSW thread. So it has round crest. Here are it is the crest and it is of round shape. And round root also. Round root and round crest and included angle between the two flanks. That means threaded angle is 55 degrees. The threaded angle here in this case is 55 degrees and has coarse threads. Generally, these threads are coarse threads and used for special purposes. Used for special purposes and due to round crest and round root, it reduces the stress concentrations that occurs at a sharp corners. As it is not the sharp corner, due to this, the stress concentrations are reduced and the fatting strength of the bolt also increases. This is the advantage. These are used for special purposes, and advantage is due to round crest and round root, stress concentrations are reduced and fatigue strength will be increased. Right? This is the British Standard Whitworth thread, and mainly here round roots, round neck, round crest, and included angle is 55 degrees. And British Association threads, BA thread. So this is also similar to British Standard Whitworth threads, but here are the fine threads. Whereas in the previous case, that is the coarse thread, and now it is the fine thread. The included angle, here the threaded angle is 47.5 degrees. That means 47.5 degrees. And here also it is also having round crest and round roots and used for precision work. Used for precision work, just like instruments and electrical fittings, etc. These are used. And these are used in case of precision work like instruments and also electrical fittings. Please once again remember this is also having round roots, round crest, and thread angle is 47.5 and used for precision work. And we are also going to use these for instruments and electrical fittings. This is all about British Association threads, BA threads, and used for. And next is American National Standard thread. American National Standard thread, known as US or Sellers thread. This is also called Sellers thread, also known as US thread. So it has flat surfaces. It has flat crest and flat roots. And the thread angle is 60 degrees. In this case, the threaded angle is 60 degrees and used for general purpose. And it is V thread. This is V thread and suitable for rough usage and general purpose. And it is also called American National Standard thread, also called US thread or Sellers thread, and flat crest and flat roots, and thread angle is 60 degrees, used for rough and general purpose. And bolts, nuts, screws, and tapping bolts, etc. Here we are going to use. And unified standard thread. Unified standard thread. Here you can see, in this case, round crest and round root, and thread angle is 60 degrees. Let us see has rounded crests and roots. The included angle is 60 degrees and used in Canada, USA and UK. That means among three countries, these unified threads are used. So once again, please remember round root, round crest, round root, and thread angle is 60 degrees and used in Canada, US and UK. And now it is Acme thread. And this is very stronger and easily manufactured than screw threads because there is no complication in manufacturing because and base strength, that means the base strength of the thread is very high and strong. Strength will be more at the base. So used for power transmission and thread angle here in this case 29 degrees. The included angle or thread angle is 29 degrees. So it is used for power transmission. Thread angle is 29 degrees and stronger base at the base, and manufacturing is very easy than square threads. And square threads, it is also very strong and efficient. Mainly the efficiency of this square thread is more than the Acme thread and also buttress thread and also trapezoidal threads. And used for power transmission mainly in case of presses, screw jacks, vices, and also lead screws of lathe machines, etc. We are going to use, and more expensive to produce this type of square threads. And pitch will be half of the. That means pitch is from this point to this point, and the thread thickness is half of the pitch. So it is the efficient thread used for power transmission like presses, screw jacks, vices, and lead screws of threads, lathes, and more expensive for manufacturing of this square thread. And buttress thread, you can see buttress thread and power transmitted in this buttress thread only in one direction. Power transmitted in one direction only, and thread angle is only 45 degrees. 45 degrees thread angle, and the roots are flat and the crests are also flat. Roots as well as crests are flat, and this thread you can see profile is one side is straight vertical and another is inclined, and this angle is 45 degrees, sorry. And used in special applications, load is transmitted or power is transmitted in one direction only. So next is knuckle thread, special form of thread, and this is round shaped threads. Round shaped threads. Knuckle threads are round shaped threads and used in railway carriage couplings. Used in railway carriage couplings. And all these are, number one is Acme thread, number two is square thread, number three is buttress thread, number four is knuckle thread, and also trapezoidal thread. All these are used for power transmission purpose. Among all these, square thread is efficient and more strong is Acme thread. So now last one is metric thread. Here is the metric thread, and it is also called ISO thread. It is also called ISO thread. So approved by BIS, that means Bureau of Indian Standards for thread fastening. That means it is also, we can say it is Indian standard threads also. So it is approved by BIS for thread fastenings, and included angle is 60 degrees. It is V-shaped threads, and here are the round crest and round roots. Round crest and round roots. So included angle is 60 degrees. And this is used for general applications only. right? General applications. So this is all about forms of threads. Let us see once again what are the different types of threads we have seen. Forms of threads. Number one is BSW thread, 55 degrees. British Association thread, 47.5 degrees. And American National Standard thread, 60 degrees. Also called Sellers thread. And Unified Standard thread, 60 degrees, and used in UK and also Canada and also USA. And Acme thread, more strong, and this is for power transmission. Included angle is 29 degrees. And square thread, it is for power transmission and used in presses, screw jacks, lead screws, etc. And also it is efficient than the Acme thread, buttress thread, etc. But it is, the square thread is expensive manufacturing cost. So next is buttress thread. Buttress thread is, in this case, we can transmit the motion and power in one direction only. The included angle in this is 45 degrees. And it is used in special applications only. And the knuckle thread, it is the round shaped threads. These are the round shaped threads, and it is also used for power transmission. Generally, it is used in railway carriage applications. And last one is metric thread, which is used in India. That is, this is approved by BIS, British Standard, Bureau of Indian Standards. We are going to use here in this case. So all about these are the forms of threads. Let us see once again summary of our today's topics. And first topic is introduction to the fastenings and definition for screw thread and nomenclature of screw threads and purpose of screw threads, screw joints, applications of screw joints, advantage of screw joints and disadvantage of screw joints, nomenclature and forms of threads. So applications, advantages, disadvantages of screw threads and nomenclature of screw threads. So far also different forms of threads and their applications also have discussed so far, and proportions of forms of threads also have discussed. So let us see, friends, some of the quiz questions. So far we have discussed. The principal advantage of application of screw thread is reliable in operation, convenient to operate, and cheaper and more efficient. And all the above. Let us see which is the appropriate answer. So I think as per the applications point of view, advantages point of view, all these are the advantages. So all the above is the right answer. Right? All the above, D is the answer now. Right? And major diameter is also known as gross diameter, root diameter, pitch diameter, none of the above. You can pick up any one answer. So here in this case, once again see gross diameter, root diameter, pitch diameter, none of the above. So the answer is gross diameter. And the major diameter is the largest diameter and also called nominal diameter. So which is represented by small letter D. So gross diameter is the answer. So seller thread is a form of dashed screw thread. BSW thread, BA thread, US standard thread, metric thread. Once again, the question is seller thread is a form of dashed screw thread. British standards with thread, British Association thread, American National Standard thread, that is US standard thread, metric thread, which is approved by BIS. So my answer is C, US standard or American National Standard thread is the Seller's thread. C, the answer is US standard thread. Right? Next question. Thread included angle is 29 degrees in the form of dash thread. In the dash form of thread. The thread included angle is 29 degrees in the dash form of thread. Acme thread, square thread, buttress thread, knuckle thread. All these are the power transmitting threads. So here, which is the right answer? Actually, knuckle thread, there is no angle. Buttress thread, it is 45 degrees, one direction power transmission. And square thread, there is no angle, 90 degrees included angle. And here only the final leftover is Acme thread will have 29 degrees, which is the stronger thread. Which is the stronger thread. Right? Acme thread is the right answer. So thank you for hearing this lesson 3